Hi, Pisces. Hi, I love you so much and I miss you too. I do miss you. I hope that you are feeling well. Oh, okay. Okay, what's it like? You do feel well. You do. It hasn't been going back and forth. You feel well, but then sometimes you don't feel well. I get you. Life is complex. Life is complex. It's not so simple. Here's one thing to keep in mind, Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, rising, or south node. What I'm feeling here, I'm feeling compelled to share this with you. So be careful not to take an average of all of the different feelings that you've had throughout the day and use that as an answer when people ask you how you're doing. So I feel like it's more interesting, it's a richer experience when we acknowledge the polarities as well. So that as we have the propensity to experience and feel into pain, we have an equal opportunity on the other end to experience bliss and joy. And there's that whole room for moving along the scale. And that feels to me like it's important here. It's important to the Pisces energy. Take that for what it means for you. Right now, the moon is in your sign. It could be stirring up some feelings around something that you thought that you were okay with. It could be stirring up some feelings in you. Let me say that one more time. It could be stirring up some feelings in you that you previously thought you had settled. So yeah, it's something like that you had you thought you had settled it. I don't think this is in court, but in court when a settlement is made and presumably both parties are happy and are able to sort of walk away from the proceedings. In retrospect, you may have feelings that come up that feel like, ooh, I actually don't know if I'm okay with this. So it's kind of like that. It's like, ooh, I don't know if what I agreed to is actually what feels okay to me. In the moment, you may have felt like you wanted it to be okay so that you could be done with the conversation or done with the feeling like you were in conflict. And it feels like very icky that you had some feelings around conflict that you just really were not feeling good in, and you just wanted them to be over. That is understandable. It's understandable. I think Mercury moving into Scorpio, gosh, it's nice that there's another planet in a water sign right now, right? But I think what happened here is there may have been a little bit of something that you had buried deeper down that communication somehow hit on. So something you read or heard could have created in you a sensation like you had been freshly hurt. I can't remember which sign I was just talking to about some of these wounds. I think it was Libra or Sagittarius. So Mercury moved into Scorpio. The moon is transiting your sign right now. Take a look at your chart and see which house you have Pisces in to learn more about the area of your life that's being affected by this moon energy. It'll be full by Thursday at 2 p.m. and it's going to be moving through your sign and just getting fuller and fuller. So kind of adding more and more focus and light, which could be exposure of feelings, exposure of information. I don't know. I actually do think that information is relevant for someone here, that a new piece of information is coming through that will re-wound you. Okay, so I'm so sorry about that. I don't know. I wish that no one would ever hurt you. And I want to give you a hug right now. Just want you to know that. Okay, so here's the thing for the next couple days till we get to Aries. Here's what you do with all of this tension. And we haven't even talked about the long-term transits that have been going on forever, that are affecting everyone. That is Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in Capricorn, creating all of this pressure and the potential for tremendous transformation with the collective, and how that impacts you as such an empath. It's really hard. It's a lot. And it probably feels really hard to go out sometimes and be in the presence of groups of people, or be among folks who have to interact with the public, or perhaps you are interacting with the public at work. That could be really challenging right now. I just want to acknowledge that there's a lot that you're processing and going through, and probably a lot of emotional labor that you do just by being present for other people who are dealing with tense situations. And because the way that you do it is so subtle, I don't think that other people realize how much you are actually laboring for them. And what would feel good for the next couple of days, I think, the wind is blowing my eyeballs and making them itchy and blinky. Although it's a very beautiful windy day, it looks actually quite lovely out the window. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. I know it's your favorite when I say this. Taking radical, blah, 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 blah. I can't even say it. Taking radical accountability and responsibility for your emotional well-being. So, I acknowledged all the stuff that you guys do, how challenging it can be, and I told you I wish no one would ever hurt you, and I mean all of those things. And I also mean to tell you that it's still a great idea to have strong boundaries and keep yourself emotionally well. You do that. Okay. Nurture yourself. Take responsibility for your emotional needs and health as you prepare to bravely let go of that which doesn't serve you on the evening of the Aries full moon, which is October 1st. So if you have time to do it that evening or even the next day, once the moon reaches its fullness after 2 p.m. on 10/1, you'll have the most beautiful releasing energy available to work with. And I think I'm kind of excited about it. I'm really looking forward to my own full moon ritual that I'll be participating in, and I'm really liking what's available for Pisces that can be sent back to source energy to be cleansed and turned into something more amazing than you could ever imagine. One of my most precious and sacred healers here in Portland has said that. I've heard her say that several times, and I just love it. It's a really beautiful sentiment and thing to visualize. Taking a negative story or an unhealthy sort of energetic connection, and returning that to source to be cleansed, to be purified, and transmuted into something beautiful. I love that, and I hope that you can consider using that language to help yourself feel okay about perhaps ending some things that just really need to be done, that you might feel bad because you don't want to be mean or hurt someone's feelings. So consider that you actually are creating something really beautiful, or the potential for something really beautiful to be created when you let go. Okay? You can do it. You really are so brave. You really are. Love you. Bye.